Let's do a comparison with the Ultralytics YOLO26 model for post estimation with the MediaPipe post estimation as well. We're going to see what are the differences, what are the speed comparison, and also what are the key features, because the YOLO26 model, it has multi-person detection, so it can estimate poses in all people that is visible in the image, where MediaPipe is only for a single person, but it could be other scenarios where the MediaPipe might be more suitable for your application. So let's jump straight into it and take a look at how we can run both. If we go inside the Ultralytics documentation, we can see under the task we have this post estimation tab. We have videos covering like post estimation individually, how we can set up everything and all that. So we're just going to focus on the comparison. You can see all the key points. So we're detecting key points in the nose, left eye, left ear. We got all the joints, so elbow. We have the wrist, we have knees, hips, and so on. So we can go in and calculate joint angles. We can do like gym monitoring, like gym trackers, so push-up counter, squat counter, and all these different applications, which we already have videos about. So definitely check those out, where we build out like full gym monitoring apps and projects. So that's pretty cool. All the different variations is available for post estimation as well. You can run the detection, segmentation, classification, post estimation, and RN bounding boxes with the Ultralytics models. So you can use these directly out of the box. That's pretty much all. It's just a single line of code, and we have the post estimation up and running. If you take a look at the Google documentation, MediaPipe is from Google, so this is post landmark detection. They also have some other features where you can get a lot more landmarks in the full face, so you pretty much just get a face landmark detection. If you just take an overview, look at the overview in here, which is also pretty cool, but then we get like a full scan of the image here, so you can maybe detect expression in the face. It is a bit separate, but this is also with the MediaPipe models. So for the landmark detection, this is pretty much what we're going to use, which is comparison with the Ultralytics models. We can see the different models, and we also have the key points with the indexes here. So this is very similar to the indexes and key points that we get from the Ultralytics models. So let's just jump straight into it and test it out. I'm going to open up my code editor. Let's zoom in a bit, and we can create the comparison. So we just import the modules. We're going to calculate some frames per second. We both need to look at the accuracy, how accurate is the models. Do we need single person, multi-person, post estimation, and also the speed. The speed is very, very important depending on what hardware we want to use it for. Could be that MediaPipe, they're better for CPU purposes if we are doing it on an edge device, for example, a mobile phone, where Google is pretty strong. But it could also be that you need to run it somewhere else, and you have the Ultralytics models you can export into any of the other optimized frameworks for any type of hardware, also for Apple hardware, so you can run on the Neural Engine for phones, edge devices, and so on as well. So we have some utility functions for drawing text with background, so that's pretty much just for setting up the rectangles. So we have our bounding boxes, we have the text for the detection that we are getting, then we have our MediaPipe post function. So we can specify the source. It's just OpenCV, so it's either can take in a video file, RTPS stream, directly hook it up to network cameras, and also just specify 0 or the index for your webcam that is connected to it, or any other camera connected to your computer. So we import MediaPipe from MP, make sure to pip install MediaPipe and Ultralytics. That's everything that you need. So we import MediaPipe, we set up some utility for drawing the MediaPipe key points, drawing utilities, and also the pose itself. And this is what we set up here. So this is the minimum detection confidence. You can lower this maybe a bit. You can also have the track confidence, so it tracks the frames more, so it doesn't do track from frame to frame. We can probably just set these to 0.3. I think that should be fine. So we have the capture, just going to take that from up here. We have the image resolution as well, and that's everything that we need. Then we have a while loop, just loading in frames from our capture, resizing it to the model. With MediaPipe, we need to convert it to RGB, because OpenCV, they load in BGR format, so we have the blue, green, and red channels, but it needs to be converted to red, green, blue, so RGB. We can then process our frames with our post model. So post.process, RGB frames, we get the results. Now we're just processing the timing, or the processing time, so we can calculate the frames per second, and we can draw the pose here. You can calculate the frames per second, and you can also just append to the average frames per second. Then when we take the sum of the average frames per second, each inference time, and divide it by the number of inference times, we get the average frame per second, which we can then display to see how fast it is. So we start timer here, we end the timer here. We don't include any of the utility functions because again, we don't want to run those in production. The drawing is secondary to the inference. We show it with OpenCV and then we write out the frame to our video writer so we can see the results after as well. We release the capture, we release the video writer, and we destroy all the windows that we have opened up with OpenCV. Then we're going to have a similar function here for Ultralytics with the post model. So we're going to set it up in a similar way. We import Ultralytics. We have our YOLO models. This is the connection, so the edges in between the key points. We have our video capture, video writer. Again, we have the exact same for loop. We run our model prediction. So YOLO model.predict. We can specify the device that we want to run it on. Right now, I only have my MacBook. Let's just run it on the CPU. It's going to run on the exact same hardware for the MediaPipe version. Then to draw the pose, it's just going to draw the lines. It's going to draw the circles based on these connections that we have set up here. And that's pretty much it. The rest is the same. If we go down at the bottom, we then have our YOLO pose. This is going to run the YOLO with this video. So let's open up a terminal. I'll see the MediaPipe. Here we can see we have a few videos that we're going to run through. And if we just take a look at the side-by-side comparison to start with, and then we will run them individually. So we have the YOLO pose on the top and MediaPipe at the bottom. It can only detect one person, and it's also slower here, or it's actually like faster, just running one person. But again, we can run multiple ones, and also depends on what hardware you're running. So if you have GPU acceleration, the YOLO pose model, they're gonna be significantly faster. So yeah, this is how it is. We can go down here and run it. So Python, MediaPipe, YOLO, it's going to download the models automatically, set up everything automatically. Just make sure you have MediaPipe pip installed, Ultralytics pip installed, and you're good to go. So we can see the 30 frames per second. This is running on my MacBook, so this is on the CPU. The key points are looking pretty good. We're tracking good, we're not dropping frames, and we're also getting all the people detected in the actual frame. So this looks pretty good. Let's try out the other video. You can also run it on your webcam. So let's just try to run mine here on the webcam. It should be MediaPipe pose 0, depending on what camera is connected. This is my phone that got connected. I think I have to try with index 2. There we go. Now we have my webcam running here in front of me. We're getting around 67 frames per second with the MediaPipe, 15 milliseconds inference. This is looking pretty good, and again, we're getting pretty good tracking with the MediaPipe. We can't see the full body now, but you can just run it on the videos. For example, this one here. We can run this one. Let's comment this out. This is another video that we're going to run through, and then let's run the YOLO pose after. There we go. This is the MediaPipe. Similar performance as we saw before. It's roughly double as fast as YOLO, but again, we only get one person detection, so it really depends on your applications and projects that you're doing. So let's try the YOLO pose on my webcam, and I forgot the wrong index again. We have to swap the 2. And you can also just specify an RTPS stream here or anything. There we go, around 30 milliseconds. We're getting all the detections. This is how we can set up both MediaPipe and YOLO pose to run. It's very, very simple. We just have to initialize the model, throw an image through it, extract the results, draw them, and then use them in our own applications and projects. Everything gets set up automatically. Hope you learned on this video here. Definitely go and check it out. Hope to see you guys in one of the upcoming videos. Until then, happy learning.